sides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
I think the moral of today's story is going to be, hey, old guys, act your danged age. But I'm not sure where we're going with this. We're going to find out. Hey, everybody, welcome to Talking Real Money. We have a unique topic for you today, but it is money-oriented, and Tom has special expertise in today's topic that I do not have.
You kind of
in some ways.
A little bit.
No, not to the extent you do.
No.
No. You outdid me in more ways than one.
Most people.
Yeah, most people. Again, what's the show? It's Talking Real Money. I'm Don. That's Tom. We talk, money with you. And you are invited to participate in the program anytime. Just go to talkingrealmoney.com and send in your questions, your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions, whatever. Just send them in there. Don't go to... There's a guy on Apple who listens on Apple Podcasts, and he keeps writing the same review every 2 weeks. And I think Apple's have now finally shut it down. I don't see it anymore. It's the guy who thinks we're totally off base with crypto over and over and over and over and over again. But send us your ideas at talkingrealmoney.com on the contact form, and we can actually have a conversation about them if you'd like. We'll get in touch with you and have a talk with you. We will get you in, even if your ideas totally conflict with ours. As a matter of fact, you move to the top of the list.
Yeah, no, we take every question. We answer every question. There's one coming up on how we help people. So
we help
or not.
people.
So we'll take up that
About
one as well.
time.
So, yeah.
Today's topic, though, people becoming parents a little bit later in life. Now, in less than polite company, they might call that robbing the cradle, but it's in Tom's case. She was fully grown. She was an adult when he married her. And, the special financial challenges that come with having a kid as you're approaching retirement. And I can see why there would be some, because now you're getting into, when you get into your 50s, you're really looking 15, 20 years down the road and going, am I going to be able to comfortably pay for my retirement? You, luckily, did well in business and will probably be pretty comfortable, but not everybody is, and there are a lot of financial challenges to becoming a parent later in life.
Yeah, this is a bigger deal than you might think. Women 40 and older accounted for 4.3% of U.S. births in 2025, so 4%. That's up from 1.2% in 1990, so 35 years ago.
Yeah, but how many fathers 50 and older? I want to know that.
They don't give that number. They don't give that number. The average first-time mother, 27.5. That's a record high. Mm-hmm. So, and you can be pretty sure that the men are getting older too. So, and this is more about them. And just for full disclosure, okay, because we put everything out there, I'll just put it out there. I had a child of 50 who just recently graduated from high school. So you can do the math, figure out how old I am. She didn't graduate early. So, and she went to private school for the last 8 or 9 of those years. So it has not been inexpensive.
Over her 18 years of life, how many times have you been mistaken for her granddad, Tom?
Well, that's early on, many times. Fascinatingly enough, when she was a baby, people say, oh, it's so nice you got your granddaughter. No, that's my daughter. But just recently, it would not surprise you to know that I have a routine that includes going to the grocery store at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, time that no one goes to the grocery store.
It started with COVID because I just wanted to go then, get it out of the way. But it just sort of kept. I mean, this is how my life works. I get in ruts. And so there, guess what? I get to know the people that are there every Sunday at 7, the people that work there, including my favorite vegetable stalker. Is that the right word?
I would just call him your
green grocer.
The guy in the produce department.
Yeah.
Your produce
guy.
Produce guy.
Yeah,
produce
and
guy.
He's super
Go with
nice.
produce guy.
He always stops and we chatted up for a couple of minutes. Well, a couple of weeks ago, my daughter came with me, which she never does. I can't remember the occasion, and it was 9 a.m. He's like, "Are you okay? You're really late. What's the deal?" And I pointed at my daughter and said, "Oh, it's her." He goes, "Oh, you brought your granddaughter."
Your 18-year-old granddaughter.
And I said, no, that would be my daughter. He felt so bad that this week when I was there, he goes, I still feel, I said, it's okay.
He's used to it by now.
The hair color thing.
Have you listened to his podcast?
Exactly.
He's used to it by now.
So, okay, I've taken the slings and arrows. But I will, on the other side of that equation, I will say, this time with my daughter, I don't know if it was her maturity or mine, but it was easy. She's been the easiest child to raise. No question.
I, having known you since you had tiny children,
yes,
from your first marriage, it's the maturity of you, sir. It had nothing to do with her.
Okay.
You have changed a lot. You have one thing about getting old, and this is not financial, but it does impact our finances, is that generally speaking, if we paid a modicum of attention along the way, we mellow as we age a bit.
Oh, is that what I've done? I've mellowed now.
You've gained some wisdom and some
weight. That was too easy. I
wasn't going to say that.
But let's go. This is fascinating. So the Wall Street Journal did a full, how many words is this? I don't know, like 9,000 or something. Big article on older parents encountering new financial costs. So I'm always fascinated because I'm part of that group, right? I mean, I had kids. So here's a guy that they have in here. He's 58. He had a child when he was 50, right? So that sounds familiar. And his lead-in is, I don't know what my retirement picture looks like now. It's totally up in the air. But in the article, he says in the first year of parenthood, he put $75,000 into a 529 savings plan.
I immediately know what's wrong with your future, sir.
Yeah,
you did the thing that we have been advising against for as long as we've been doing this show, and that is prioritizing your kids' college over your retirement. It should be the other way around.
Totally.
Why? Why should it be the other way around?
Well, because there's a very simple adage, and I think it works. You can borrow money to pay for college. You can't borrow money for retirement. At the end of the day, you can get fancier than that.
Let me just share with you a little factoid. Most kids are going to do just as well in careers from with a degree from a state school that tend to be, if you're in state, a lot cheaper than an expensive private school. So if you can afford it, yeah, but don't hurt your future so you can send your kids to an Ivy League school.
I think that's totally legit. And here's another thing. This is an area that is costly because I still have some life insurance. So he had a health problem. He tried to go out and get life insurance for $1 million whole life policy. He was quoted $36,000 a year. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money for life insurance.
Okay, whole life is building cash value.
Correct.
Too.
Yeah.
So.
He's now considering a 20-year term policy that would only $300,000 would be $170 a month. I urge him to take that option.
Is this guy a regular guy, or is this a finance writer for the Wall Street Journal?
He's a regular guy. Lives in Texas.
Okay, thank gosh. So I can advise him a little bit.
Well, let me finish, then you can give the full. He's also trying to figure out what to do about his Social Security, because he says, if I take it at 62, I'm going to get $1,200 a month.
Don't take it at 62, you big dope. This is all dopey. Okay.
That's what I said. It's just crazy.
I want to go back to the insurance, though. I want to grab these by the individual bits, because you can't really focus on the big picture. You got to get the little bits out of the way. His daughter is how old now?
It's his son, so that would be, let's see, so 8.
8. So he's 8 years old. Okay. Yeah. He's going to graduate high school roughly in 10 years, right?
At about the time he's going to want to retire, or maybe earlier.
Why would you get a 20-year term policy?
Good point.
Why would you not get a 10-year term policy?
Be a lot cheaper, sure.
Be a lot cheaper, and it covers the need. You see, what he's doing is he's confusing the need with some sort of a windfall for the kid. And This is a big mistake we make. We want to, I want to set my kid up wealthy when he's 22 years old. No, you don't. You don't. Would that have done, okay, you're probably looking back and going, gosh, I wish my parents gave me a lot of money when I was 22. Yeah. Would that have incentivized you to do the things that you've done in life? Those of you who weren't born with the silver spoon, come on.
No, I think that's
be practical.
Very good advice. I mean, but that's one that was really shocking. Some of these other folks, who I would still consider relatively young because they're in their 40s, but they spent, what did they spend? One couple $70,000 to $80,000 for fertility treatments to finally have a child. I mean, that's a lot out of pocket. That is a whole lot of money. Which has set them back,
again,
right? Because
if you have it, but
right, yeah, they didn't have it.
Although, when you think about it, really, all species of animal, which includes us, we're our legacy is propagation.
All you got.
It's what you got because you're going to be
build
dead.
A building, I guess, or something.
They don't last either.
No, that's a good point. So.
You can be president during the Civil War. Oh, somebody already chose that one. Dang it, they got that
didn't work out. So, but this does raise several, I think, I wasn't a huge fan of that article. And again, I just think horrible decision to pile up money in the 529. If you have not properly saved for retirement at that point, that makes no sense.
Did the author of the article give any advice, or was this just anecdote sharing?
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, no advice.
We can give advice, though.
Yeah, well, I was just going to get to that. Because, again, number one, the priority, I don't care what age you are, needs to be your retirement. Mm-hmm. Got to be.
Not your house.
Nope.
It's not the car.
Absolutely
it's not the vacations.
Not.
It's not the kids' college education.
We're going to go back to the vacations
It's not the legacy. I got vacations in. No, it is the future of you, and if you have one, your significant other or spouse. That's what it's all about. It's the hokey pokey in essence.
Yeah, well, and it's hard, right? Because emotionally, as you just said, hey, I want to make sure everybody's okay. That gets back to the number two, which is the life insurance. I love what you just said about limiting the term of it. How about making, if college is important or whatever, making it 22. Make it to the age of they'd be done with school. So if something were to happen to you, they pay for it, right?
Well, no, because the 529's already paid for that.
Well, in that case, but in most people's case, they haven't saved that kind of money in a 529. I don't know what the average savings is.
Again, we come back to they're 18. You got them through high school. Mm-hmm. They can take out student loans. They're adults generally in most places at 18. Yep. They can take care of themselves. You do not have a financial legal obligation to them anymore at 18 in most states.
I'm going to go home and say that today. I hadn't.
Yeah, say I am done. I wash my hands of you.
Too late. She already got a copy of the credit card. Or no, she actually got the credit card. So I'm, you know what?
Okay. That goes back. We were talking about how these people weren't particularly bright about their financial decisions.
That just hurts all over. So that's fair.
Who gave her the credit card?
Yeah. All right. So again, saving for retirement, got to do that first. Life insurance, I like what you just said, 18 or 22, that's fair. But here's the other part that I think people forget about, which I kind of think I forgot about at 50. You're going to end up working longer because it's just expensive. You got the costs are still there. At least
well, you have
18.
A kid at 50. You pretty much have to figure retirement is no earlier than 68.
Yeah, I think that's right. I had not, and I love my work and I'm glad I'm working, but I had not thought that through. I'll be honest with you. I think looking back, if I looked at things 20 years ago, I did not think I'd still be working at 68.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I don't think I would have. I think I would have found another interest, another something to do. But so really, I don't resent it.
Really? Okay, wait. Let's come back to that because that's another financial point we talk about a lot. You know what you're going to do. Seriously, let's just in your case,
my case.
What other thing would you have done that you were physically able at 68 to do?
I've already talked about this. I wanted to be a docent at the Air Museum, which I just don't think I'm qualified to do.
That's a once in a blue moon kind of. You're not going to do it every day.
It's like once or maybe twice a week. I wanted to do something volunteer wise with soccer, which
not
I could
refereeing though.
Well,
you can't do it to the.
Not forever. Just read about a guy who's 74 though, still out hustling
with the exoskeleton.
The exoskeleton. Those were a couple of them. I mean, and the other part was, frankly, I wanted to, and I don't think it's going to happen because I only do it one day a week. I wanted to be kind of the driver for my grandsons, like take them from here to there. But so it doesn't work with my schedule today. So I think they're going to be too old by the time it might.
Buy yourself a little yellow school bus.
Little one? Oh, the little ones? I want the big one.
There are only two kids in the bus.
You guys are getting the back. Yeah, I said, but the point of the matter is this needs to be considered very thoughtfully because these are major decisions. When you have a child at 50 or even late 40s, that's going to be a life-changing decision that it might not be if you had a child when you're 30. I'll put it that way. Right?
And he speaks from experience.
Yeah, no. And by the way, all kidding aside, my daughter, whom I love, as you know, deeply, who just graduated, she was National Honor Society, she National Choral Award, blah, blah, et cetera. I know, I'm going to brag about her. It's not about me, it's about her. She's going to a very fine college because she really works hard academically.
Read between the lines. A very fine college, expensive.
That's not even between the lines. That's written over the top of the whole thing. A headline. It's expensive, yeah. So anyway, I don't resent any of that.
No, nor should you. She's a great kid. We love questions. It's our favorite part of the podcast, and yet you're kind of letting us down a little. The summer been a little slow, and those of you who have written questions, well, one of you wrote one that we're going to get to soon, but dang, it's long. Yeah. We don't pay you for these at all, and we certainly don't pay by the word. As a matter of fact, no offense, but your question is going through a heavy edit before we can put it on because we don't have 45 minutes just to read the question.
That's what it took this morning, by the way.
It's long. It's really long. No. Anyway, that's okay. We don't mind. No. We love the questions. Send them in. TalkingRealMoney.com. Ask a question button. Click on that, and then either type them for Tom or speak them for me on the Friday podcast. And we want to make sure we have a question for every episode, and we never want to fake these questions. They're always real. These actually come from you. So we're down to right now just one a day to make sure we have enough to get through Tom's lengthy vacation. So go ahead. I
might call you from Rome or maybe Pompeii.
If it's still there.
Your ears are burning. Can you say that in Pompeii? No, I guess not. Let's go to the questions from...
That's what we were going to do.
Oh, pardon me. Fall River Mills, California.
Okay.
I'm a Californian. I don't know the place. Colin writes, Hi, Don and Tom. I've been listening to the podcast for years and wanted to write in a question and also thank you for helping me understand what investing in the stock market really means. I used to be someone who thought they could read headlines or news websites and be able to predict the stock market. What a fool I was. Hey, good for you for a little self-realization there. With your podcast, I finally, I think, been able to settle on a portfolio allocation and strategy I'm comfortable with and have learned to become a long-term investor. Dude, you can just end the conversation right there. That's really good.
You got it all right. Congratulations. Yeah. You're brilliant. You don't need anything.
He's 41, hopes to retire in 19 years. His 401k of $550,000 and a Roth IRA of $100,000. The asset allocation for each account is as follows. 50% in the FZROX, that's Fidelity's zero-fee total U.S. market index. 30%.
Oh, I thought it was invested in copier stock. I thought it was just, FZROX.
FZILX, that's Fidelity Zero International Index Fund, including developed and emerging markets, and 20% in AVUV, which is U.S. small cap value.
Yep.
First question, does this sound like a reasonable portfolio allocation to you?
Yes. There we go. See how easy that was? I mean, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I currently maintain the 50. Remember, 50 in the U.S., 30 international, and 20% U.S. small cap value in both retirement accounts. Remember, one's 550, the other's 100. Rebalancing them separately to maintain the same in each. What are your thoughts on this strategy? Third question, what are your thoughts on that, having two separate ones?
Okay. I mean...
Because you got the three funds in one, you got three funds in another.
Yeah, it's fine. Again, for that kind of an account, it's fine. You are, because of AVUV2 in this, you're heavily overweighted U.S.
Yeah.
I think you should have more international.
I concur. Yeah. So he could add, by the way, the, I think Avantis has a...
Avantis does have let's see, Avantis, what's the international small cap value?
Pretty sure they've got something like that.
International small cap value is AVDV. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
So maybe you could split the AVUV into AVUV and AVDV.
AVDV. Yep. That would actually be a really smart move.
Yeah. Third question, I've been looking at the portfolio as a whole and having 100% of my 100% AVUV in my Roth and splitting the 401k to make the total still be 50, 30, 20. Since the AVUV is the highest growth potential, having it in a tax-free account might be a good strategy. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm pretty much with you on everything except the light international exposure.
So are you okay with him having AVUV mostly in the Roth? Yeah, because the expected growth, as you point out, is the best. Maybe you split that one into AVUV,
and AVDV.
EV, and then the other one is the 50-30, so you get a little more international.
And really, it's soon, one of these days, you need to start paying attention to your risk profile.
Yeah.
Because there reaches a point, and matter of fact, go take the risk quiz right now at talkingrealmoney.com, because there reaches a point where I know they're not any fun, but bonds are there just to keep you from being stupid. And we get stupid. We get emotional when we believe we will not do so. Sometimes the headlines are just so powerful, and a lot of people don't remember the headlines of 2000, 2001, the headlines of 2008. I mean, some of the news magazines had breadline pictures on the covers. Yep. It's an emotionally gut-wrenching event sometimes, and you need to be ready for that, prepared for that.
Yep. At 41, I'd say certainly within your 40s, maybe consider adding a little bit of fixed income. That's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
And if you find out that your risk profile is lower, then you should probably add them sooner rather than later, because who knows what's coming next, right? 3X on SpaceX or something. I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure that someday, I don't know when, I don't know how bad, but I'm pretty sure that one of these days there's going to be a big market decline in the stock market. And a lot of people, I know for a fact because I've experienced it along with all of you. I know for a fact that many of you will say, okay, I thought I could handle the stock market going down. I'm wrong. I'm just going to get out because I'm too close to retirement.
Market only goes up. No
I've
such thing as a bear market. You know, there was a guy I used to work with who retired early because he said, I don't want to have to coach my clients through another bear market. Because it's hard. It's hard on this side, too. Trust me.
It was really, really painful. I remember one of the most painful was 9/11.
Yeah.
When I was on the radio, and then I came back after 9/11 because I was preempted for days.
Sure.
By round-the-clock coverage of 9/11. And then when I came back, the financial show came back, almost every caller was, I got to get out. I got to get out. Yep. War's coming. I got to get out. And I said, what? No.
Right.
You know,
and the market was closed.
Guess what happened? The minute the war started, stocks soared.
Yeah, nothing like a good war to get the economy going, right?
Ridiculous.
That was a joke. That was
a
not
joke.
Being cynical. That was supposed to be funny, but yeah.
Okay.
Got
anything else?
That's all I got, man.
We are just having more fun than we can stand, and we want you to join us at TalkingRealMoney.com and, of course, on the podcast about 5 days a week. At TalkingRealMoney.com, you can ask us questions. You can also do something that can be very, very, very important to that long-term future you're trying to build, and that is get a little help from somebody. You're a do-it-yourselfer. You build your own portfolio. Good for you. Are you sure you're doing it right? Because funny thing, we discover a lot of people aren't doing it right and really do need a little nudge to get you off in the right direction. So you might want to meet with one of our fiduciary advisors. Now, don't just drive to an office, because there are certain advisors at Appella who are trained to be the advisors that we want you to meet with, people who are going to provide you with free help, who are not going to charge, well, nobody's going to charge you, and are not going to try to convince you through high-pressure tactics to become a client. So you want to make sure you go to TalkingRealMoney.com. You click on the button that says Meet an Advisor. That'll get you connected with one of the advisors who's a part of our Talking Real Money group, and they will provide you help. I promise. Free, no obligation, no high-pressure sales pitch.
I'll just add to that. There's a specific Talking Real Money experience if you go through the website that you will get. that includes the free analysis on the portfolio, discussion with the advisor, all that. I can't guarantee that if you go somewhere else.
I mean, Appella's a big company now.
Yeah, right.
When we started working with them, it was small.
Yeah.
Now it's gigantic with offices all over the country. And so go to talkingrealmoney.com. That keeps you in our little family. Okay? Anything else?
That should do it.
All right. Thank you all for being a part of the program. Please tell a friend or two. And remember, very few places, very few podcasts, very few resources of any kind out there are actually talking real money.
The opinions and views expressed on this podcast were current on the date recorded.
Opinions, estimates, forecasts, and statements of financial market trends that are based on current market conditions constitute our judgment and are subject to change without notice, including any forward-looking estimates or statements which are based on certain expectations and assumptions. Although information and opinions given have been obtained from or based on sources believed to be reliable, no warranty or representation is made as to their correctness, completeness, or accuracy. Information presented on the podcast is not personalized investment advice from Appella Wealth. The views and strategies described may not be suitable for everyone.
This podcast does not identify all the risks, direct or indirect, or other considerations which might be material to you when entering any financial transaction.
Past performance does not guarantee future results, and profitable results cannot be guaranteed. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. The podcast is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Wealth, a fee-only registered investment advisor.
Please see Appella Wealth's ADV Part 2A on our website for information regarding Appella's fees and services.
Appella Capital, LLC, DBA Appella Wealth, is an investment advisory firm registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm only transacts business in the states where it is properly registered or excluded or exempt from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC or any state securities authority does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Appella does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing either stated or implied here should be inferred as providing such advice. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and important disclosure related to performance of any specific index or fund quoted in this podcast. And the lawyers get richer.